we are discussing about the multi-user student feedback system. My teammates are Shraddha, Sharda, and Kirtana. So let's move to the next slide. So here we have table of contents. So firstly, we are going to discuss about introduction, continued by problem statement and objectives. So next we'll discuss about system overview and architecture. So that is followed by database design and future scope as well as conclusion. So let's move to the introduction part. So here introduction is this introduction we are discussing here about is our feedback system that we are building, which is actually a website platform which allows the students, faculty and staff to submit the feedback, and we can replace the manual methods which we are using in today's life, which the website we are creating will be faster, more reliable actually, and it will improve our academic quality. So this will be the introduction. So let's move to the next slide. So here firstly we have problem statement. So the actual problem statement that we have is this the feedback systems nowadays we are using as a manual feedback systems. Those are actually unorganized and they lack the proper data analysis, which means we can lose the data that are given by the students. Sometimes like if we use the papers to write feedbacks and all, we may lose and we may. So next we have problem statement. The main problem we are facing nowadays is the feedback systems we are using are manual. So literally they are slow and they'll be unorganized and they lack a proper data analysis, which means if we use papers or books to collect the feedbacks from faculty or students, it will we can lose them after some days. Well, if we throw them or so we can lose them, so it will be difficult for us to track our academic performances. If it is ours or if it is a faculty's, it will be so tough to track it. So if we have to solve this problem, so it will our website particularly will help to solve this problem. So next slide. So next we have objectives. Objectives are nothing but how we design our website or how our website is gonna help to the people or a students or a faculty. So we are designing a system which collect a feedback from multiple users. If it is like we can create a feedback, the manual system we are using, it will collect if only one person by one time. But we are in websites, we can create a feedback from we can collect the feedback from multiple users. At the same time, so much of students or faculty can give a feedback at the time. So next we are going to store the data or a feedback data, so we can manage and we can analyze the data properly. So in a particular database we are going to store it, so we won't lose that data or it won't get tracked by other people or not all the people can use it. So it will provide a actual decision making which helps in a quality improvement. That means by using the website we can provide a accurate way of giving the feedbacks and all. But if there will be no a problem or to discuss it with the faculty manually or whatever it is, we can directly do it in the online way. So it will help websites or apps will help a lot in this way. So we in the sense these websites are gonna ensure a privacy and they are role based access controls. It means there will be a privacy that not all the people are can access our website. If they are having a user id or a password, only they can access, or else they won't get it properly. So from next the slide, Sharda will continue the explanation.
System overview and horticulture. The systems provide a login access from a student's faculty and admitaries. Student faculties and admins logins is separately. Then students give a feedback. faculty. Faculty check their feedbacks to improve. Admins. Admins manage everything and get a report. Then the systems data design. Data designs users table, faculty table, course table, and feedback table. Users tables for logging the details and roles. Faculty tables for teachers details. Course tables to content the teachers and subjects. Feedback table to store the
Yeah,
next slide
Martha.
on normalization 1NF, 2NF, 3NF. 1NF removes the duplicate data. 2NF ensures each data points in is linked to one topic. 3NF removes indirect contents, improve the consistency. Next slide, continued by Kirtana.
Mm. This slide show how we plan to improve the system in the future. Sentiment analysis. We will use AI to understand how students feel in their feedback, whether they are happy, frustrated, or satisfied. Mobile app integration. A mobile version will be created so user can access the system easily from their phone. Automated report generation. Report will be created automatically, giving quick and useful insight for faculty.
Hey,
Cloud-based
Monica.
storage. We will use cloud storage to make the system more secure, easier to access, and better for scaling as it grows. Next code implication will be explained by Shraddha.
User our main folder. So in this main folder we have the student feedback dashboard, faculty dashboard, feedback html, index html, login html, and the student dashboard, and as well as the thank you html. So I'll be starting with this html port. So this in this we have the two libraries, that is the Flask, and one more is the Jinja 2, that explains about the templates and the engine used in this Flask. And I have the app.py, that is the where we create our table if not exists the user. uh, id is also an integer primary key for an auto increment. So here the user and the text is unique, and as well as the password text also is a unique. So next we create, after the user table, we create the feedback table. In this feedback table we if the table not exists the feedback, integer, that is the primary key auto increment. In this the student text and the department scores and the comments. Comment is that the what the student type the feedback about the faculty. So after that we have used some dummy passwords or the users for test. These are our inputs, student name, as well as the passwords. Here we execute that to install the username, password, and the role means whether it is a faculty or a student. We have two departments, that is the I have inserted two departments. One is CSC, another one is ISC.
Ten.
Here the user 1 2 3 4 as the sessions are, if the users have been used, uh, we return to the redirect to the student dashboard after the feedback. If the credential what you have entered is invalid, then it comes to back to the invalid credential. So here are the from where the feedback, which department you are getting, I'll be showing you. So this is the what the code we have used for the style.css. And this is the faculty board, where faculty gets the feedback what student, first student, second student have gave the feedback for them. Next is index. In index we welcome to the students feedback to our login page. Here is the feedback submission, you can submit. In the login page itself, you have the placeholder called username and the password. Whether you are the student or the faculty, you can select it and then submit. Login, it will get to you this student dashboard. You'll get the file names, Wait, let me explain this. Dash. So this is all everything. Let me run this code. Control. Control.c python space dot py, enter. So here I'll get the link. So I have to follow this link. After following this, as the login page will enter. So here in this login page, this is the output of our whole front end and back end what we have used, and the data collection what we have used in this. That the first student one, I'm first logging in the student ID. So here the password is, like, I'll put pass 123, which I have given. The see, you can check here if the faculty is logging in, that you can give the faculty. If the student is logging in, you can give the student. And now I'm student, so I'll log in with student. So here I will submit my feedback. So here I give two courses, that is one is AIML, other is CS. So I'll give CS. So feedback, just type good, good, right? Next I'll be submitting this. After submit, just log out from this. And now I'll be faculty, the faculty 2, I'll give this. Faculty 1, I'll take it because as the student 1 has been given. So here I'll put the faculty password. So here we have to select, because we are going to the faculty login page, right? So here I have got many. So now I have done this last one. Before that I have tried this many. This is the sample of our code. You can more, we can get more and more updated, and in the future we can make this as more usable and other things. Next I'll be, once again I'll try and show you, as I'll take student 2, student 2. So password, pass 123, again login, submit your feedback. At this time I'll take the AIML. So here I'll be putting, can write good, submit, log out it. Now you go to the faculty 2. Same password I have given for everything. So here I'll be selecting the faculty. Once again, you can see the student 2 has given the faculty 2 that their feedback is good. So if by this the faculty can confirm that whether their teaching is should be more improved, or it is better, or you should make something new to add them. So let me back go to the my code. So here in this code, we have used the attributes of 3 to 4. That is the name, course, and the rating and the comments. And we have used two libraries, that is Flask and Jinja 2. That is I have already told you. In this Flask, it stores the user data and the name after the login. Okay, fine. Jinja 2 is the template engine used here as Jinja. After the login, sometimes it will come the error. So it is called as Jinja 2, where the template engines is used in the Flask. The variables like sessions user, which is the current login I have shown you just now, which is the student's username or the faculty username. Then again one variable is that the feedback, what the list of feedback entries are passed from the backend. Means it is also feedbacks is the one type of backend we have used in that. The attribute is that the feedback name, student's name, like attribute, again one attribute is that a course name which I have entered the AIML or the CS. The one more is that something comments, text your feedback, how you are going to text it. So the main purpose of this faculty dashboard and student dashboard, everything in the faculty dashboard, it shows that how to log in, the username and logout option is already listed, and a list of feedback is submitted by the students. By this the faculty can view feedback filtering by the department as it is implemented in backend. Next, the technology. used we have used here is the Flask and Jinja 2, which is the Flask in the Python framework for the backend routing sessions and the database interactions. So again, the Jinja 2, it is the templating the engine. As I said, it is a embedded dynamic content into the HTML. The HTML for structuring the our web page we have used. Overview of this code, I would like to say that the Flask and the session which show currently login of the users, where it makes shows the interface what we have created. It is a personalized for each faculty members. Next, one more, that is the feedback display what we have got, like name, course, and the comments, or which student has given the what type of feedback that the faculty can view it. Next, the I would like to explain that about the Jinja 2 template little bit briefly, as the variables used to printer the values. Example, that session the user which we have given. So it is a attribute come also a Jinja 2 template engine. Here the loops through the data are from the backend. Fine. Where the conditional reading based off on data is availability, which that the flow of data where the faculty logins in, the session gets stored. Even the Flask in the backend fetches the feedback from the that department, which department the student has given the feedback, and what feedback he has given, like that. The feedback is passed to the template using the like where I here it is. So where here the dashboard.html, the underread underscore feedback, where it is here, I think so. See, here we have used the user logout sessions, feedback sessions, and everything. By this, the feedbacks is equals to feedbacks, like. Next, the templates readers, it is a like backend dynamically used. So future improvement, I would like to say, adding the styling by using the CSS or the bootstraps for better UIs, and add a search or a filters options to sort of feedbacks, and paginate the feedback list if it's too long. Some students like they will be giving the feedbacks too long. That's all. I'll end up this. Next, the conclusion will be given by Kirtana.
So let's conclude by this slide, which explains the main benefit of the system. The multiple user student feedback makes collecting feedback easier and faster by replacing old manual method with a digital one. It improves accuracy, avoid repeated work, and helps teacher and school teacher get useful insight to make education better. Thank you.